Okay, we'll get started on our mats, just in a seat. You can start your music now if you want, or you can wait until we get moving. It's really up to you. Begin to close your eyes. Start to notice how your body's feeling today. Start to notice where your thoughts might be at. No need to change it just yet, or change anything. Just begin to tune into yourself and your body. Slowly begin to deepen the breath, lengthening your inhales, matching your exhale length. Drawing the breath full into the belly and filling the ribs and the chest. Exhaling out through the chest and the belly. Continue to deepen, maybe lengthening the inhales for a second longer. Holding at the top and exhaling out. If you're practicing with your Ujjayi breath today, start to cultivate that. Feeling the lips on the exhale, creating a slight restriction to the back of the throat, kind of like you're fogging up a pane of glass in front of you. The breath will become slightly audible too, like a little hiss or a whisper. From here, you can stay seated. You can open your eyes if you're feeling uncomfortable with your eyes closed. We'll take cat-cows from our seat. So on an inhale, bring the belly out towards the front of the room and pull back on the shoulders. Exhale, curve and round through the stomach and the shoulders, maybe dropping the head towards the chin towards your chest. Inhale out. Exhale, round in. Inhale, puff up the chest. Exhale, curve, drop the head. Take one more inhale out. Exhale, round. On an inhale, come back just to seated. Pulling up through the belly, shoulders come high and then down the back. Inhale, raise the arms above the head. Exhale, drop the right hand. We're going to reach over to the right side of the room with the left arm. Getting a nice side body stretch. Maybe opening the chest, drawing that left shoulder blade on the back feels good here. Right arm can bend or stay straight. On an inhale, come back to center. Exhale, drop the left hand. Right arm comes up and over. Opening through the chest if that felt good on the last side. Really feeling some length through that right side body. On an inhale, come to center. Exhale, we're going to twist to the right. So right arm's going to drop behind you. Left arm is going to go on the outside of that right knee. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, gentle twist over to the right side of the room. Breathing here. Maybe twisting a little further. We're still not very warm, so don't try to force yourself into any big twist just yet. Just something that feels nice and good on the spine. Inhale, raise the arms above the head. Exhale, we'll twist to the left, bringing that left arm behind us, right arm across. to the outside of the knee or the thigh. Gaze can follow over that left shoulder if that feels good. Just take one more full breath here. Inhale, come back to center. Arms can raise. We'll come into a tabletop, dropping the arms out in front of us. Shoulders are going to stack over the wrists. Hips stack over the knees. Knees are about hips width distance apart. Feel free to take a cat-cow here. You just want to get a little bit more into the spine if being on seated didn't really do it for you. When you're ready, we'll meet in just a neutral tabletop. Hug that belly up into the spine, belly button towards the back of the spine, away from the shirt. Extend the left foot out long, hips are square, so pinky toe still is turned towards the floor. Bring that right arm right out in front of you, like you're gonna shake someone's hand. Bicep alongside the ear, hold here. Keep hugging in through the belly. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring the elbow to knee, curl through the spine. Inhale, extend long. Exhale, curl in. Inhale, extend. One more. Exhale, curl. Extend long. Hands find the mat. Take a cat-cow. We'll switch this out right away, extending through the right leg. Feel stable heel, ground down through that right palm. Left hand lifts off the mat. Active through the fingertips, active through the toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, elbow finds knee, curl in. Exhale out. Exhale, curl in. Inhale long. Last one, exhale, curl in, really round through that spine. Exhale out, hand finds the mat. Okay, we're gonna tuck the toes and just lift right back into our downward facing dog. Pedal this out in any way that feels good for the first down dog. I know we might be a little tight. When you're ready, find stillness in your down dog. Really spread through the fingers, root down through all the knuckles of the hands and the palms. Roll the shoulders down the back. Tailbone is lifted high towards the sky. Heels travel towards the earth, lengthening through the back of the legs. When you're ready, walk your hands towards your feet. Maybe heels come hips width apart. And ragdoll here, fold forward, grab for opposite elbows. Maybe sway from side to side. Bending the knees as much as is comfortable. When you're ready, release the hands. We'll roll up one vertebrae at a time, super, super slow. Inhale the arms up towards the ceiling. We're gonna grab the left width of the right arm and reach towards the right side of the room, mimicking that same side body stretch we just did seated. Make sure you're grounding down through that left heel so you get a nice long stretch all the way from the left heel towards the left, through the left fingertips. Inhale to center. Switch out the grip. Left hand grabs the right wrist. Reach over to the left side of the room. Let this feel nice and good on the spine. Inhale, come up back to center. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Soft bend in the knees. Inhale, come up halfway. Shins, hands find the shins, lengthen through the spine, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. One more halfway lift, big inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, walk out to plank, hold here. Shoulders stack over wrists, fingertips are spread wide. Ground down through the toes. Heels stack over the toes. Legs are strong, belly strong, arms are strong. Hold here for one more in-breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Hands stay planted underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift the head and the chest up, baby cobra. Exhale, fold. We'll do 2 more baby cobras. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Last one, inhale, up. Really press those feet into the mat. You'll activate through the legs here. Exhale, lower. Tuck the toes, press into the hands. Inhale, up, plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll flow through some sun A's, taking up some momentum. So on an inhale, lift the heels high, bend the knees. Walk towards the top of the mat. Maybe a tiptoe feels really nice here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, high mountain. Exhale, fold back down to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. If you want to skip the up dog, feel free to. Throughout this whole practice, you can just do a push-up. If you're feeling anything in your low back that's uncomfortable, or you can skip the chaturangas altogether. Take one more inhale here. Exhale out. Inhale, lift high on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Jumper step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll move through 2 more sun A's, picking up the pace just a bit. If you're not feeling my pace, don't do it. Just do your sun A's at your own pace. You know where we're going. So inhale, heels come high. Take an exhale, move feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain. Exhale, soft knees, bend forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, lower chaturanga. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more, we're gonna go right into it. Inhale, heels come high. Exhale, move feet to hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 3 deep breaths here. Keeping that Ujjayi breath if you still want to keep that heat in the body. Knowing that open mouth exhale is there for your release at any time during this class. Take 1 more inhale. Big exhale out. Inhale, high in the toes. Bend the knees. Jumper step forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Toes come together, heels maybe slightly apart on the inhale. Bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Keep sinking through the feet. Maybe toes come off the mat, give them a little wiggle. If your knees are past your toes, move your shins back just slightly. That might mean you come out of your chair a little bit, and that's okay. Healthy knees. Pull into the belly, maybe rounding through that spine a little bit. So you can see on me, when I round through, I tuck my tailbone just slightly, activating through my core a little bit more. Take 1 more inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands plant, lower halfway. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the right leg high to the sky. Exhale, plant the foot in between the hands, lead with the heel. Bend the back heel down. Your foot's gonna be about 45 degrees, about like 11 o'clock-ish. On an inhale, rise up, warrior one. Maybe you need to adjust your stance when you get here. That's okay. This is a pretty intense feeling on the hips for the first go around, so just find a position that's comfortable for you. Bring the shoulders down the back, finding some ease in this pose. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hands plant, step back, lower halfway. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high automatically. Exhale, foot plants in between the hands. Back heel comes down. Inhale, rise up. Warrior one on the left side. Really ground down through that left foot, pressing it into the earth. Maybe sinking a little lower in that knee. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands plant, step back. Maybe keep that left foot lifted, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take 2 breaths here. Deep inhale. Long exhale. One more big inhale. Exhale out. Inhale, high in the toes. Bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. Move feet to hands. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips, chair pose. Stay for one more full round of breath. Big inhale. Sink for the exhale. Last inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, hands plant, jumper step back. Lower halfway. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, plant the foot in between the hands. Rise up, warrior one. If crescent lunge is more comfortable, if you want to come high on that heel, just do that. Reach up, big inhale. Exhale, hands plant, step back, lower halfway. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, plant the foot. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. One more full round of breath, you got this. Reach up on the inhale. Exhale, hands plant, lower halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath here. We'll move through those sun bees, one breath, one movement. It's gonna feel pretty quick. If you feel lightheaded, take it slower because we're coming up and down a lot. Take one more breath here. Exhale out. Inhale, heels come high. Bend the knees, step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale up, chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, lower. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, plant the foot. Inhale up, warrior one. Exhale, come right back down, step back, lower halfway. Upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg high. Exhale, step in between the hands. Inhale, rise, warrior one. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, lower halfway. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, guys. That's the warm up. So ready to move. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. If you can find your breath easier in child's pose or on your knees, feel free to take that at any time. Take a big inhale. Exhale out. Last big inhale. Exhale out. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands. We're keeping the back foot lifted this time, inhaling up to crescent lunge. Really feel your foot pressing into the earth, your right foot and your left toes. Actively trying to push the feet apart while bringing the thighs together. You'll really feel your whole legs light up. Sinking into that knee, maybe widening the stance. Challenge yourself today. Find that edge of the pose. Take one more inhale. Exhale, we're gonna open up to warrior two. Back foot spins flat. So the long edge side of your foot is gonna match the short edge side of your mat. I think that made sense. Keep sinking into that front knee. Take an inhale. Hold for the exhale. We're gonna come into side angle. So you can either hand can be here, coming up. Arm can be above the ear. We'll move into that later, but if you wanna stay here, feel free. Or you can bring that right arm up next to your ear, like you're holding a beach ball. Does not feel that good. Take one more breath here. We're gonna really challenge this right leg. So lean forward till your back foot just magically lifts off of the ground, coming into balancing half moon. Keep a slight bend in that right leg. Yeah, really reaching through that left hand. Maybe the right arm comes off the ground for an extra balance challenge. Take one more inhale, really open up. Exhale, bend into that right leg. We're gonna lightly step back into our warrior two. Find our breath here. On an exhale, cartwheel our hands down to the mat, step back, lower halfway. Inhale up, exhale downward facing. Take a breath here. Notice how your right leg feels compared to your left. Feeling grateful for the opportunity we get to balance them out. And we have another side. So inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step in between the hands. High on that back toe. Inhale up, crescent lunge. When you feel firm in your footing and like where your feet landed, maybe bring that left hip back and space that right hip forward. Squaring off the hips towards the front of the room, if you have space there. Sinking into that front knee. If there's any tightness or tension in the low back, bend that left or that right leg. Take one more inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. So a nice openness across the front of the body. Fingertips are strong, reaching out, gaze over that front middle finger. Take one more inhale. Exhale, we're coming to our side angle of our choice. Keep sinking through that front leg. Bring that right arm over over towards your ear. Yeah, and now lean forward till your right foot lifts off the ground. Lots of wobbles and that's okay. It's all just a practice. Finding the half moon that works for you today. And if half moon doesn't work for you today, don't do it. This is all about making your own choices for your body, knowing where you are right now, right here. Take one more inhale. On the exhale, bend into that left knee, lightly land into your warrior two. Just one more breath here. Exhale, hands find the mat, step back, lower halfway. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog, find your breath. since we just run our legs a lot, we're gonna come forward to plank. Hold here for a breath. Deep inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, come forward on the toes just slightly. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale up. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale up. Just one more, guys. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Really find your breath here. Take one more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, come high in the toes. At the bottom of the exhale, bend the knees, jump forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. We're gonna come into chair, so find a foot placement that works. I know I've done this a few times the last few weeks. So toes can be together, heels apart. Your feet can be hips width distance. That feels really nice sometimes too. So when you're ready, come into your chair pose, bending the knees, sinking the hips. Arms can raise. If your shoulders are like not after those push-ups, bring your hands heart center. Really press your hands in. You'll still get some sensation through your arms, but it's not as hard on the shoulders. Take an inhale. Exhale, lean forward just slightly. We're gonna twist to the right. So if your legs are hip width distance, bring your left elbow inside the left leg. If your feet are together, bring that left elbow to the outside of the right leg. Inhale, come to center. We're gonna switch this out right away. Twisting to the left, bringing that right elbow inside the right leg or outside of the left. Keep pressing into those hands. Lift that heart center. Sinking through the butt. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, fold forward, release those legs. Coming into a forward fold of your choice. You can take peace fingers around the big toes, or slide the hands underneath the feet, or just hang in ragdoll. Release the shoulders, release the neck. Maybe shake the head yes, shake the head no. Maybe roll the shoulders a little bit. Find a lot of ease in this pose. Maybe bend the knees so much that your belly rests on the top of your thighs. When you're ready, release whatever bind you took. We're gonna heel toe our feet out to the wide edge of our mat. Toes point out, heels come in. Sink the bottom down from Malasana. Our yogi squat. Maybe feel how your hips feel in this pose today. We'll come into crow. I encourage you all to just try it today. Even if you end up not even lifting anything off the ground, that's totally fine. We're gonna bring our hands out in front of us, straighten the arms, about shoulders width distance. Straighten through the legs, heel to the feet back underneath the hips, kind of in line with your hands. Come high on the toes. We're gonna rest the knees somewhere in the back of the leg. I find the higher up towards my armpit, the easier it is, but that's personal preference. Just find what works for you. We're gonna bend into the elbows, leaning forward, gaze is out in front of your mat, about 6 inches, and then slowly pick up one toe and maybe the second toe. Keep breathing in this. The gaze out in front of you is so important here. Keep that focus. Hold for one more breath in. Stay for the exhale. Last inhale. Exhale, shoot back to chaturanga if you're feeling spicy. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, we all be in downward facing dog. Finding your breath. Always tuning back into that breath. It's such a good indicator of when we need to push things up, pull things back. Take one more inhale. And an exhale. Inhale, come high in the toes. Exhale, bend the knees. Jump to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain. Okay, we're really getting to these quads today, so bear with me. Rise up, high mountain. We're gonna sink back into our chair, bringing the arms out to a T. We're gonna wrap the right arm underneath the left, coming into eagle arms. You can't see me. Yeah, and your hands are gonna bind if you have that full bind. If this is like, no way, always come into a hug. It's a lot gentler. So here, inhale the right knee into the chest. Cross it over, coming into eagle. You can keep just the leg crossed. If the bind is there, wrapping that foot around the calf, feel free to take it. The more you sit into this, the easier it is to make that second wrap. If you want to just keep your foot as a kickstand on the ground, do that. Breathing here in this nice, confined twistedness. On an inhale, bring the knee up into the chest. Exhale, kick it back, warrior three with eagle arms. If you're done with eagle arms, feel free to come back into wings alongside the body or out in front of you for a true warrior three. Keep your focus strong. Keep your breath stronger. When the shit gets hard, find your breath. Sometimes it's the only thing we have control over, but we have control over that. Inhale, lift everything. Exhale, hands find the mat, foot finds the mat too. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, high mountain. Exhale, bring the hands heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it, side out the mouth. On an inhale, raise the arms, sink the hips, chair pose. Arms come out wide to T. Wrap the left arm underneath the, wrap the left arm under the right, coming into eagle arms on the left side. Finding that stretch through the shoulders here. Ground down through the right foot, inhale the left knee. Cross it over the right leg. Same here, kickstand or wrapping until you find that double bind. Bringing the elbows up in line with the shoulders. Fingertips come towards the ceiling. Maybe squeezing in that belly. Shoulders bounce over the hips. Take one more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, left knee comes into the chest. Exhale, kick it back, warrior three. Oh gosh, fall out of it all you want. Arm variation that works for you today. Really feel that left hip come down in space, just slightly squaring off to the floor. It's like arch of this chest, like you're in baby cobra. Really sliding up those back muscles. Take one more inhale. Exhale, hand and foot find the mat gently. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands plant, jump back, chaturanga. Land with bent elbows. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, I forgot a little bit. So we're gonna come forward to plank. Yeah, we're gonna get our side plank action in just to get off our feet a little bit before we get into our last balance or standing series. So bring that right hand into the middle of the mat. Roll onto the pinky toe edge side of that right foot, lifting the left arm up. The option to always come down to that right knee, the kickstand. You can still feel your belly light up. We're gonna take those same crunches we did last week I know you guys love them. So inhale that left arm above the head, lift the top foot. Exhale, bring the elbow to knee. Inhale, long. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more, inhale, long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, long. Come back to plank. We're gonna right into the left side. Left hand finds the middle of the mat. Roll onto the pinky toe side of the left foot. Arm comes long. Hand comes facing towards the front of the room. Lifting the top leg. Exhale, bring the elbow to knee. Inhale, long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, long. Last one. Yeah, inhale, long. Whew. Come down to your plank. Exhale, back downward facing dog. Actually, let's all take a child's pose here. Coming down to the knees. Butt draws back towards the heels. Knees can be apart or together. Relaxing here. Feel that belly expand on top of your legs or in the middle of your legs, however you are. When you're ready, we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Last push of standing poses. You got this. Inhale the right leg high. Exhale, bring the knee towards the right tricep. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose, round cat-like back. Inhale up. Exhale, knee over, cross the body towards the left elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, plant the foot in between the hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. Just here for a breath. Big inhale. Exhale, open up, warrior two. Inhale, reach forward, flip the front palm. Reverse your warrior. Keep bending into that front knee, just like you would for your warrior two. On the inhale, straighten that front leg. Reverse your warrior, the triangle really. Come back to warrior two, arms. Reach forward, left hip comes back towards the back of the room. Drop into your triangle pose. Arm lands on the floor, block your shin. Shoulder blades draw together along the back. Strong fingers up on that top left hand. Breathing into all your lengthening here. Back of the right leg. Outer left leg. Soft bend in that front knee. We're going to drop the left hand down, framing the front foot. Step that back foot in about halfway. All 10 toes face to the front of the room, coming into our pyramid pose. Inhale, flatten the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Feeling some release through that back of the right leg. Releasing the neck and the shoulders. Bending the front knee that as much as is comfortable. There's no rules in yoga. It doesn't have to be straight. When you're ready, plant the hands into the earth. Step back with that left foot, then back with your right, meeting the left. Lower halfway. Inhale up. Exhale, down dog. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, bring the knee to the left elbow, tricep. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Inhale up. Exhale, plant the foot in between the hands. Rise up, crescent lunge. Just a breath here. Open it up, warrior two. Finding the balance of effort in the legs Relaxing, easeful through the upper body. Maybe flipping the arms, palms face the ceiling to relax through those shoulders a little bit more. Reach forward, flip the front palm if it's not already flipped, and reach back, reverse your warrior. Integrity, keep that bend in the front knee. It's easy to come out of it in this reverse. Gaze wherever is comfortable. Maybe it's down at your back foot. Maybe it's up towards the ceiling. On an inhale, straighten through that front leg. Sweet release. Feeling that length all the way from the left toes up to the left fingertips. Bring the arms back to warrior two. Soft bend in that front knee, especially if you like to hyperextend through your legs. Inhale, reach forward. Sassy right hip towards the back of the room. Exhale, lower that left hand down. Anywhere that feels comfortable, good. If you're looking for more sensation, maybe play around with where that right hip is in space. Maybe pulling it back towards the side of the wall your back's facing. Sometimes you can feel more of a stretch all along that front right hip. Using the breath to stay really present for what your body needs. When you're ready, right arm comes down to the mat, framing the front foot. Step the back foot in about halfway. All 10 toes face the front of the room. Your feet can be aligned like they're on train tracks, so there might be a little bit of space in between the two if you were to put them right next to each other. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold over that front leg. Maybe take a minute to assess how this leg feels different than the right. We all bias different legs, and if this one feels tighter, maybe really breathe into it. Intentionally find your edge here in a stretch. If you're stretching so much that your breath catches, pull back just a little. That's our body telling us we're too far, and that's how we get injured. So just pull back, playing with where that edge is. It changes day to day. When you're ready, plant your hands. Step that right foot back. Left foot meets the right. Lower halfway. Inhale up. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to plank. We're gonna lower down to the forearms. I like my forearms to be parallel to each other, like palms flat on the ground. If you like to clasp your hands, feel free to. Take a big inhale. We're gonna do some hip dips. So you're gonna drop your right hip over to the right side of the mat. Inhale up, exhale, left hip comes down, inhale back up. Alternating between these with your breath. You can do it, keep going. Just give me 5 more seconds, or 5 more dips. Yeah. Okay, let's just do 2 more each side. Last set. Okay, come into your forearm plank. Good work, guys. We're gonna lower our hips down to the ground, keeping our forearms where they're at, coming into Sphinx pose, pressing into the hands. Pull up through the shoulders. Feel like you're pressing your chest towards the front of the room. Top of the feet are pressing down into the earth. Maybe it allows you to lift your chest just a little bit higher. Take 1 more big inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Arms will come long out beside you. We're gonna come into locust, so exhale everything out of your body. On an inhale, lift your legs, your arms, your head, your chest. Breathing deep, squeeze those glute muscles. Inhale, lift everything a little higher. Exhale, lower. One cheek finds the mat. Maybe windshield wipering the feet. We'll come into one more locust pose. Feel free to do the same thing or cross your hands at your low back. And on an inhale, lift the legs and the chest. Heels of your hands really press into each other as you press your fingers towards the back of the room, or reach really. Inhale, lift everything a little bit higher. Exhale, lower. Maybe find those windshield wiper again. When you're ready, hands come underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes, lift the kneecaps off of the mat. Inhale up to plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're just gonna come to a seat at the top of your mat. If you wanna jump through, feel free. Stepping up, whatever works. We've done enough core. We're just gonna come all the way down to our back. The one time I don't do more core work in my class. You guys are welcome. Bring your feet flat to the floor, knees are pointed up towards the ceiling. We'll come into a bridge pose. So arms come along the body, fingertips graze the back of the heels. On an inhale, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. Maybe rolling shoulder blades closer together, hands clasped, pressing into the floor. Pinky side of your hand pressing into the floor. Inhale, lift everything just a little higher. Exhale, lower. We'll do 2 more bridges, or if you want to come into wheel, we'll come into wheel. I'll cue that now. Feet stay where they are, like they are in bridge. Hands come flat to the floor. Fingertips are towards your shoulders. Elbows are pointed straight up towards the ceiling. Biceps are almost like right by your ears. And on an inhale, squeeze the glutes, press into the hands super, super hard. Inhale, lift. Keeping the breath strong. Take one more inhale. Exhale, lower everything nice and slow down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Take a single breath to reset. On an inhale, push into your last back bend, bridge or wheel. Release down on your exhale. Maybe give those knees a windshield wiper. Bring the knees into the chest. We're gonna rock and roll along the length of our spine. We're gonna all meet in a downward facing dog. If you wanna take one last chaturanga, step back lower, feel free, or just go right back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg or the right leg high. We're gonna step the foot to the outside of the right hand, kind of like a wide-legged runner's lunge. This is lizard pose. If you want to keep things a little bit more active right now, you're not done with the physical side of things, keep that left foot lifted off the mat, really activating, pulling up on the kneecap into the quad, activating through the leg. If you're like, nah, drop that back knee. We'll really get into that right hip here. Options to stay up here on your hands or drop to your forearms if that's available to you. Yes. It might take a second to get there, so just play around with it. If you're looking for more in this pose and you have super flexible hips, maybe bring the toes out to like 2 o'clock. You can rotate out through that knee. Knee comes out towards the side of the wall. You're gonna feel it more through your outer hip. And if you're still not done, or at any point, you wanna bend through that left knee. So get a nice quad stretch through the left leg. Find a position that you need today. Maybe you find your edge in the stiller poses. When you're ready, release that back foot. If you bent it, walk that right foot in to the middle, tuck the left toes, step back to downward facing dog. We'll come into lizard right away on the left side, lifting the left leg high. Step it onto the outside of that left hand. Staying here, dropping that right knee. Finding whatever works for you today. If you bent that back knee, maybe do that again. See how the quad stretch feels on the right leg. If you're still not getting any sensation here through the quad with that bent knee, flex through those toes, maybe drawing the heel closer to the glute. Release that leg. If you bent it, walk that right foot in. Maybe that left foot all the way into the other side of the mat. We're just gonna come sit on that left hip and bring that right leg around. We're coming into our seat, so there's no fancy transition to get there. Slowly roll all the way down onto your back. Bring the knees stack right over the hips. Ankles are in line with the knees. Oh my gosh, I can't find words. Yeah, so you're in like a 90-degree angle. We're gonna let the legs fall over to the right. Coming into a supine twist. Ours can be at goal post or T. Gaze can be over that left shoulder if it's comfortable on the neck. Relaxing in the more easeful part of this practice. When you're ready, bring the knees back in line to center. We'll drop over to the left side of the room. Gaze over that right shoulder. Inhale the knees back to center. Legs will come straight up towards the ceiling. Coming into waterfall. Letting the blood flow reverse a little bit. If you want to come into shoulder stand, feel free. You're gonna lift up your butt, grab for the low back with your hands. If you're in shoulder stand and you want to come to plow, slowly drop the feet over the head towards the floor. If your toes have made connection with the floor, you can drop the hands along to the floor. If you're in plow, come back to shoulder stand and slowly come back down, lowering one vertebrae at a time. Yeah, we'll take our last pose of happy baby today. Bring the knees out wide. Feet face the ceiling. Grabbing for the outside of the feet. Elbows come on the inside of the knees. Really lengthen the tailbone down so the entire length of the spine, making contact with the mat. When you're ready, bring your knees into your chest, maybe wrapping the forearms around the shins. Give yourself a nice big squeeze. Forehead meets the knees. Stay for one more inhale. Exhale, release everything long for your final Shavasana. Finding a pose that allows you to be super, super restful here. Slowly begin to bring awareness back to the room. Maybe it's smells, sounds. Deepen into the breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Begin to wiggle fingers, toes, working into wrists and ankles, knees and elbows. Maybe taking a nice long good evening stretch. When you're ready, we'll meet at the top of your mat. Do you want to come into a fetal position and then roll up, or just come straight up? Whatever you want to take, nice and slow. We'll meet at the top of our mat with our eyes closed. Hands can be on the knees or at heart center. We'll take one big breath together. So empty everything out of your lungs. Take a big inhale through the nose. Fill the chest, the ribs, the belly. Hold at the top. Exhale everything out, releasing through your belly, your ribs, your chest. Find some gratitude for yourself today and getting on your mat and taking some time for you. The light in me honors the light in each of you. Namaste. Thanks, guys.